Buying a car in Carvana was so easy. I was able to finance it through them.
Whoa, wait, you mean finance?
Yeah, finance. Got pre-qualified for a Carvana auto loan, entered my terms, and shot from thousands of great car options all within my budget.
That's cool, but financing through Carvana was so easy.
Financed. Done. And I get to pick up my car from their Carvana vending machine tomorrow.
Financed.
Right, that's what I said.
You can spend time trying to pronounce financing, or you can actually finance and buy your car today on
Carvana.
Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
You are listening to DC On Screen.
Welcome into DC On Screen, number 766. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my personal Eagly co-host, Jason Goss.
Hello.
You often do wake me up. You often do wake me up by pecking me in the ear.
I have.
And I'm like, get the fuck out of my house, dude. Like, what are you doing?
You're hard to wake up.
My wife is hiding in the bathroom crying. We still don't know how you're getting in. It's fucked up.
Science.
We're here to discuss Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, The Ties That Grind. But before we do, I will quickly invite you all to check out our Patreon if you haven't already. You can join for free and be a part of the community. $1 a month gets you every new episode ad-free, and $5 a month gets you all that, plus exclusive episodes. Or you could just be a free member and buy whatever you want a la carte for like $3 or $4. I know everything's not going to be for everybody. So what we're doing here, though, is...
Some shit gets to be 3 or 4 hours. $3 or $4 ain't that bad after a while.
It's not. Look, though, man, like, this is... Oh, patreon.com/DC on screen. Sorry. So what we're doing, though, is because it's DCU, we're turning over an old leaf. We haven't done episode-by-episode reviews since, what, fucking Midway Arrowverse?
Yeah.
Like, where it just got too much.
When
got
it broke
to be
us.
so much that we just couldn't fucking handle it. I get the feeling they're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Gunn has been very adamant that quality beats quantity.
Yeah, and it's coming out of DC Studios now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a centralized format here. We don't have the CW doing their thing and Fox running Gotham.
I won't lie, man. At the beginning of this episode, when it said previously in the DCU, I got a little hard.
Yeah. I get it.
So that's where we're at. We are going to try to cover this week by week. I say try because you never know what the fuck's going to happen in life. But that's the plan. And
the notebook I'm actually using is so old that I have, if you flip to the early pages, I have notes for like an episode of Black Lightning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've got whole notebooks. Yeah. I've got notebooks, plural, in a cabinet that's just like the page will be like Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning, just just all the way through.
Yeah, it looks like what we were covering at the time was Titans, Black Lightning, Supergirl, Green Arrow.
Lots of scribbles of skulls.
Yeah.
All right. So
predictably, one of my notes just says crypto. Right.
Mm-hmm. So I liked this episode quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
I very much loved the opening, like the last time in the DCU. Like, I thought it was really smart the way that he wove in the Justice League cameos from last year, except he changed them to Justice Gang.
Mm-hmm. It just, I chuckled when I just heard the voiceover basically change from like Adebayo just being like, Justice Gang. Like, I know they didn't say that that wasn't a phrase back then.
Right.
That had already had me cracked up.
But also, like, you did it for the emphasis, but it didn't sound like they were just changing a word and like bringing the Justice Gang.
No, that was it was a single edit. That's not that. I just mean like that. It was an anachronism as far as the word. There was no chance.
And then to actually like give us the silhouettes of the Justice Gang instead of the Justice League to like, that was great.
Mr. Terrific up there floating.
Did you notice Supergirl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thankfully could pause and just look at that as I wanted to. Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, I was very, very excited about that.
I laughed at it still being 5.
Mm-hmm. He's telling people I'm a puke freak.
And to get into some future analysis early on here, like That's a funny setup for a lot of reasons, man. Like that's just basically saying it happened this way instead.
Yeah. Or it happened almost exactly this way in this universe.
Kind of. It like as though it's a different one. I'm not sure. I really don't know where we stand with all that still. Like I don't know if I really genuinely don't know if that just means that did that really change? Are we just as viewers going to just be like, cool, that's reality now. We're just accepting that. Gotcha. No problem. I
Pretty
think
much.
that's actually what the plan is though, is like,
Yeah, at least for the time being. Yeah.
our new marching orders is that this has happened this way now. Got you. Cool. It's fine. We'll forget about it in like 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And, if I have, I'll just tell you right now, I've got two kind of issues with the first episode.
Uh-huh.
The first issue is just too much flopping around of dicks and stuff. Like, I'm just, fine. Do your orgy. It doesn't really bother me, but at the same time, I'm like, okay. It's just
I
a
did
little
think
much.
that was hilarious. I that was one of those where like the fact that the scene kept going kept making it funnier to me.
Yeah.
Like it made me nervous. For every second the scene kept going made me more and more nervous, but also made it funnier.
It did in a way. Like,
it made it really funny when afterwards I checked the Threads little live thing and and at that time he had tweeted or threaded, whatever the fuck that's called. I did say this is not for kids.
right. There was something else that I saw, and I want to go back. I don't really want to go back. I want to go back and look at it because he was talking about,
It's okay, Deb. I'll take that.
Gunn was talking about being on the set of Superman, being like, seeing some extra or something, being like, where did I see that guy? How do I know that guy? And then like someone else was like, he was the naked guy eating the sandwich in the orgy in the background. Oh yeah.
There you go.
That guy.
There you go.
So and I actually looked for the naked guy eating the sandwich in the background and didn't see him.
No, I mean, I'll watch the episode again. It'll be on in the background as we talk now. But like, I really will watch that again because it genuinely was funny. Like there was more going on in the background than you can keep your eye on. But the little bit that I was able to see over just all of the dickery is just, there were some jokes in the back that I think are going to be good.
Yeah, there's like one guy who's just kind of dancing awkwardly while jerking off, and that was weird.
Yeah, those cracked me up. Like, I kept watching the scene going, oh my God, we really shot and filmed this, huh? Ooh, and then aired it. All right.
And apparently he said he had the grips and shit, like set up some sort of like turntable so they can get certain shots during the orgy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he said like a large mechanical lazy Susan kind of situation,
Yes.
which is hilarious.
So, I mean, look, man, whatever. It's an adult show. He's been very, I'm not sure I'm adult enough for it, but
You were warned, yeah.
I was warned. I'm not like, and it's not just dicks that I'm just like, ugh. Like,
I'm not sure if there are more rails of penis or coke in this episode, but
yeah,
straight lines doing stuff.
yeah. I'm not a porn guy.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of overall grossed out by the human body in general. And I am I'm all for Billie Eilish dressing however she wants. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to control women's bodies or anything. Nothing like that. I personally,
it ain't happening in that scene.
I'm just grossed out by, biology.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anatomy was not your favorite class.
It's not. It's just kind of like, Anyway, so the other thing, though, and something you brought up before the show to me, I just kind of feel like we've gotten, like, most of the best scenes out of this first episode especially were already in the trailers.
Kind of, yeah. My only genuine issue with the episode is basically a comp assault. I just wanted episode 1 and 2, apparently. Like, I know so much about, just from the trailers and all the little bits, I know so much more about what's in this season than what was in episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
That I think I just would have preferred episode 2 drop at the same time. That's my only preference in this. It's a new world. I'm not trying to say we shouldn't have done the marketing the way we did it.
Mm-hmm.
We exist in a different reality now.
Yeah. Different reality. And look, man.
Are you missing the sounds that matter most? What if you could hear every word, every laugh, and every moment crystal clear without spending thousands on expensive hearing aids? Introducing Audionatum, the world's most affordable FDA-approved hearing aid. With the revolutionary A2 chip, you get premium sound, zero background noise, and a 24-hour rechargeable battery. They even have Bluetooth connectivity to connect to your cell phone or TV. Unlike those traditional bulky $5,000 prescription hearing aids, the Audient Atom is 90% smaller, 20 times cheaper, and works instantly. No visits to the audiologist needed. Audient Atom has over 500,000 happy customers who have trusted Audient Atom to restore their hearing. Our 100% money-back guarantee means zero risk to try. Don't like them? Simply return them and get your money back. They also come with a lifetime warranty. For the next 72 hours, the Audient Atom is 53% off. Go to tryhearingaid.com right now to order your pair for only $99. Again, go to tryhearingaid.com to order your pair for only $99. Order now before it's too late, as these hearing aids have sold out over 10 times this year. With Audient Atom, you can hear life again.
You don't need to be ripped. You just need the right shirt. Epic Fits gives you a clean, confident silhouette, snug on the arms, soft on the skin, generous where it counts. And with deals like $15 per tee, they won't break the bank. Visit epicfits.com today. Epic Fits. T-shirts that get it.
It's getting really good reviews on all the different places.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like at 100% for a long time on Rotten Tomatoes, and now it's like 93% or something like that. And I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. My only complaint was accomplice sold. Is my complaint is effectively I wanted more. I'll be okay. Next week will happen.
Yeah, and I think some important, exciting things happened in this episode.
A lot of those.
One, I feel like, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, I'm sure you will. I am going to go out on a limb, though, and say I'm 99% sure. I know I was also like 97% sure anyway, but now I'm like 99.9% sure Jared Leto will not be the Joker in this universe. I am living for all the shade thrown at 30 Seconds to Mars. I
am approximately 4,000% sure. And I'm going to base that on, I think it being 4 times that I heard. Like, I heard the joke early on when they said, yeah, there was an early slam, but yeah, they go back for it in the stinger.
They do. Yeah.
And they go real hard. If you just thought that was a drive-by or that they were catching one, no, friend. That was a choice was made. One
is a playful jab.
Yeah.
One
is almost, I was wondering, did he even realize that was does he realize people are going to ask? I genuinely wondered if that was just a misstep that he had been like, oh man, come on. You know, you're going to get some shit for that, right? No. They do.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, he's kind of going for it. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had not thought so intently about how the Joker is not in the Suicide Squad until that moment.
Right?
I've been so focused on what was in the movie that I never thought about.
Well, part of the thing about the Suicide Squad is continuing Harley's post-Joker journey and how important that is to her character and her arc. Yeah. So you don't want to bring the Joker back. The only way you would bring Leto's Joker back into the sequel is if you had just really wanted to drive up the conflict between Harley and the Joker because she has moved on.
Yeah, it comes back as a catalyst, like an antagonist that. Yeah, he's supposed to be in Act 1, something you put down.
Yeah.
At that stage in the storytelling.
But at this point, I'm going to go out on a limb and just go. It's not even a limb anymore.
No.
It's like it's like laying by the damn root of the tree. It's just like a fucking broken bird egg.
Like a redwood. Yeah.
So I love that.
Called Jared Let Him Go. He gone.
So this is my favorite type. This is setting up and getting into my favorite type of story. Like everyone is in a shitty place. Chris, Harcourt, Economist, Vigilante. Nobody's happy here. And Chris finds this alternate universe and Eagly almost telling him where it is. Like, hey dude, this is fucked up. I don't know what this is. Oh, here's what I would think would be is a different display with different Peacemaker helmets. This whole place is being shared by a different Augie. And
I want to know more about why Eagly went to the door.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. I want to know all the things. But, they didn't say
an
it.
Eagly in the other universe, was there? Not yet.
Not yet. We haven't seen one. I think it's interesting that Gunn brought up that they're in the little post episode 5-minute thingy.
Ooh, incidentally, quick public service announcement. If you did turn it off at some point, and keep watching. The little thing at the end's fun.
It is. And he did mention that this is, one of 99 other universes that are accessible in this quantum unfolding chamber that Augie had and that Chris subsequently has access to.
As the episode points out, he's way more sciencey than you would expect for a racist.
Right. But yeah, dude, I love alternate universe shit. It is like one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things. The multiverse is one of my favorite gimmicks of science fiction. Mm-hmm. And I love certain aspects of the story. The trailers had me a little concerned that we were going to get because you have alt Peacemaker putting the gun to his head and being like, who the fuck are you? And we saw little clips of alt Peacemaker, or so we thought. I hate, and you and I both feel this way, we both hate the which one is the real Peacemaker trope. You have two of them. Yeah.
Which one's the real me?
Right. And I was very, very pleased that he just killed that motherfucker by the end of the first episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. Just take over his fucking life.
So, just wondering, how'd you feel about the death?
I was just happy it happened. I thought it was fine.
Oh yeah. You just wanted, as long as one of them was out of the picture, you were good. Or specifically that one.
I hate the twin. I really do hate the twin shit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want a doppelganger hanging around, but
I don't mind a doppelganger. Actually, I don't mind a fucking doppelganger, and I don't mind them having conversations and exploring who they are and the differences and the nature versus nurture. I love all that shit. That shit is just fantastic. But what I don't want is pointing the gun at both of them and wondering who the fuck it is. I hate that shit.
I do hate that trope. I'm just kind of done with it for now. I never can't get enough rest to recoup and be ready for it again.
No.
But to be fair, one of my questions was, did you feel like it was justified killing? I do feel like they gave me enough of like that Peacemaker does not really let him even get a word in. He's just going to execute him. Mm-hmm. I think that's how I'm supposed to buy that scene so that it feels good that we killed him. But to be fair, I relate to him. Because as he's pulling the gun, he's got the gun behind this Peacemaker, and he's like, what are you, a shapeshifter or some shit? And then just has no mercy and wants to kill him. And that's how I feel about the storylines.
Yeah.
Worked out real well for me.
I was somewhat bothered that he didn't. I always hate that shit in stories, and I wasn't a fan of it here necessarily, but it is what it is, and we'll see how that plays in subsequent episodes. But like, I genuinely just wish, like, slow the fuck down and have a conversation, please. Can you just like talk for a second?
Yeah.
But I think James Gunn was making a point here.
I'm assuming that was part of the character choice there, was that he doesn't give him a chance to, because there's one moment where he says, he kind of half gets out the sentence like, hold on a second, before he decides, I'm going to slap the gun out and run.
And alt Peacemaker says that thing that very conservative people like to do, especially gun owners, who like to say like, oh, you came into my house, that gives me a justification for, oh, okay, there's no reason for you.
Yeah.
You just want to kill me.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the point of that line.
He is not getting a fair shake in that moment. So, and you keep thinking he's gonna, and the scene right before he's about to put him down, he really is. They're hitting those old action beats where just like he's one good punch, he's got him on the ground, he's barely coming back from it. Yeah, he's about to be executed basically. Mm-hmm. I don't really understand what he did with his foot to shoot that guy into the sky pointy thing, the chandelier. I don't really understand what happened.
I thought he hit
that killed him.
I thought he hit his chest because like he kept showing like how he was like activating his rocket packs.
Yeah, okay.
On his back and hitting that thing on his chest,
and that's why he hits the button.
Yeah,
Okay, that's why it goes back down. That makes sense. That would happen too quickly. I didn't catch it.
But I loved what Gunn said in the thing where he was like, he's killed his brother, he's killed his father, and now he's killed himself from an alternate reality.
Yeah.
Death follows him. I loved that.
That's how they end it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was a part of it that where he's like he's walking around his alternate universe house, and I I love the little differences and stuff, and I want to go back and look for all those. The one that I really clocked was Def Leppard's "Pour Some Honey on Me" instead of sugar.
Is it?
On the wall. Yeah. That's what it said on the poster.
That's
Pour
funny.
some honey
I
on
didn't
me.
realize that. God, yeah. I want to see those again.
But the real song is "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it reminded me of the alternate universe on Fringe when Peter.
Are you missing the sounds that matter most? What if you could hear every word, every laugh, and every moment crystal clear without spending thousands on expensive hearing aids? Introducing Audient Atom, the world's most affordable FDA-approved hearing aid. With the revolutionary A2 chip, you get premium sound, zero background noise, and a 24-hour rechargeable battery. They even have Bluetooth connectivity to connect to your cell phone or TV. Unlike those traditional bulky $5,000 prescription hearing aids, the Audient Atom is 90% smaller, 20 times cheaper, and works instantly. No visits to the audiologist needed. Audient Atom has over 500,000 happy customers who have trusted Audient Atom to restore their hearing. Our 100% money-back guarantee means zero risk to try. Don't like them? Simply return them and get your money back. They also come with a lifetime warranty. For the next 72 hours, the Audient Atom is 53% off. Go to tryhearingaid.com right now to order your pair for only $99. Again, go to tryhearingaid.com to order your pair for only $99. Order now before it's too late, as these hearing aids have sold out over 10 times this year. With Audient Atom, you can hear life again.
Goes over to the alternate reality, and he's got framed comic books, the hard traveling heroes of that era or of that universe, and it was like Red Lantern and Red Arrow walking in on Speedy doing junk, like fucking like your sidekick's a junkie.
Yeah, I walked in on him doing carbon.
Right. I think he's like
Over
straight
here,
up.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and the original was like straight up like heroin or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just straight. Yeah. I started to come up with whatever that euphemism is with the horse. I wouldn't say like horses smack. It's just called smack though.
There's something about horses. There's something about a horse. I don't know.
It's supposedly one of the references in Being for the Benefit of Mr. Cat. I never can remember what the fuck that horse reference is though.
Let's see.
It called heroin a lot of stuff back in the day.
Well, horse is a common slang term for heroin, apparently.
Or just horse by itself?
Yeah.
How'd you get away with that? Throw me that horse?
I don't know.
Would you put that horse in a needle and give it to me intravenously? It doesn't really come across.
Yeah. It seems like there's like a reference to like a phrase as well somewhere.
I mean, if you were talking about like addiction cycles and getting on and off the horse, it makes a lot of sense, but I don't think that was the focus of the term.
Big H, brown sugar, antifreeze, cheese, horse, junk, mug, tar, train, skag.
All of which could have been possible.
Yeah.
There's a history of creativity among heroin addicts as well.
Oh, God. Anyway. China White.
And then you want to be like, speaking of racist, we got the dad back. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure. Well, he's at least lightly racist. We don't know how racist he is. We know that he's not exactly politically correct when it comes to imps.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were getting at with the imp conversation. I gathered though that this version of him is just a perfectly normal, wholesome dad. Like this just seems to be a perfectly well-adjusted dad that doesn't have any real major issues.
Like lightly, perhaps lightly, I don't know, lightly racist or speciest.
Speciest, yeah, maybe. It's gonna be. He's gonna be like the amount of conservative that will perpetually exist between any generational gap,
Yeah.
Like the normal amount, not the my dad runs around in a giant jetpack of clown robes.
And then and then his brother's like, Jesus, Dad, you've killed enough of them. You should know they're called imps. They're not munchkins.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. I mean, clearly those guys are still like pretty good with murder and bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the argument will be typically made in any of the gun universe stuff that anyone is going to be like completely hands clean. I don't know.
Right.
Like how did he phrase that about Superman the other day?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, actually.
I thought there was something about Superman where it was like he doesn't want to be driven that far. But like something about the phrasing was never that it would be an if, but more of a when you would have to kill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's going to be any absolutists running around in this. Maybe you'll get somebody fun like The Question or some shit that refuses outright. But that would be more interesting, though.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what they're going to do, because clearly he's going to want to take over this other Peacemaker's life. I think Gunn even pointed it out in the little documentary, the post documentary, like the bit where Augie walks past Chris on his way to bed and just kind of grabs his earlobe and says, "Love you too, buddy." Mm-hmm. Like that broke him. That was a great moment, and it broke him.
I had to agree with Gunn also. Like, yeah, Cena did a great job in this episode, by the way.
He really did. He did a great job in the first season. Like
he did. He's been this. I think he'd done some movies before Peacemaker where I know he had really popped off on screen and done some serious stuff. Like, I know people were taking him seriously as a actor. I really genuinely think Peacemaker broke him as an actor, and then this season appears to be ready to break him even harder. Mm-hmm. Like the crying he did, and yeah, like in the mini doc thing or whatever, he says that was just like the first take. They went in and said you should film more, and he was like, cool, and knocked that out. Fucking great.
Mm-hmm. By the way, there's a sizable, more sizable than I would prefer, chunk of Facebook that believes that all the crying and underwear and bisexual orgy shit and Peacemaker is more humiliation to get him into the Illuminati.
Oh, wow.
Cena. Like, they believe this, dude. Like, him coming out, like, naked on that award show a while back, and then, like, all of this, they're just like, this is the Illuminati, like, and humiliating him to get him into for his initiation. Fuck you. Just thought you should know that.
One of my favorite parts about any conspiracy theory is always, like, what would be the point? What are you going to reward John Cena with if he gets in that he doesn't have? He's doing okay. Like,
it's weird. It's a weird. Well, I mean, I guess you start getting the adrenochrome or something, like, right? Like the blood from babies or whatever to makes you forever young.
Yeah, I forget. There's that.
And I'm like,
there's those elite rewards that I don't even know about. And
like,
stuff.
Who the fuck are all these like people who aren't aging? Because I just keep seeing people who are like clearly aging, and now they're like trying to do shit to themselves to make it look like they're not, but that's making it worse.
Yeah,
I'm like, they're not drinking no baby's blood to make themselves.
Yeah,
it's like there's no, like, you know, who was that? Was it? Oh God, was it Morgan Le Fay or some shit? Whoever the vampire was that like drains the fucking energy out of young people to stay forever young.
I thought that's just any vampire.
I mean, there's a whole subsect where they like start getting old. They're like, oh, I need to drain their energy again.
True. I think it's all based on like the Maria Bathory or whatever her name was.
Oh, maybe that was it.
I think it's based. It's a fair amount of vampire lore. I think is based on that bitch that just like supposedly killed like 200 young ladies from the village and bathed in their blood so she could stay young. But then when you look into that, it just turns out that maybe she was just not all that agreeable and they blamed a bunch of stuff on her. It's
Sure. I mean, you know,
it is hard to believe that 200 peasant children went missing and no one was super bothered.
It's like, hey, you know, all these kids keep disappearing. They're probably getting eaten by bears in the woods or something. But what if we just said it was that Karen bitch down the street that keeps putting logs under my car?
Yeah, there's versions of the story where it's a little bit like that. I just don't understand. Like, even, you know, they portray, you know, these poor the pauper, you know, English children as just dispensable in this
right.
Dickinsonian days, but like that's the point of the Dickinsonian days. I thought was in the tiny little family, the poor little tiny family homes. They were still crying about each other.
Yeah, I always assumed that, like, when, you know,
point being, the peasants will speak up when the kids go missing.
Yeah, I kind of just felt like it would be like, oh, the kids went missing. We don't know what happened to them. You know what happened to them. You fucking killed the one you didn't like the most.
Yeah,
because you don't have the money to feed them.
Yeah.
Or one of them starved and you felt bad about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Little Charlie disappeared. Sure. What's that you're lugging out to the woods there, Mike? Oh, nothing. It's a body-shaped sack. These potatoes went bad on us. They're
really. We're only a few generations removed from a period of time in our history, in particular, where like you would have 10 kids, and they would look at your family like 5 years later, and if you had 7 kids, they'd be like, "Them good numbers, you're doing all right." No investigation to the 3.
Yeah.
Like you're still, you got 7.
Yeah. By God, there's a potato pandemic. Every time you open a sack of potatoes, there's some kind of new fungus on it.
Yeah.
So we got to just take these infected potatoes out to the woods there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's what it does. It makes a potato look like it has a hand. Don't worry about that, Bill. We're just gonna drag it on out here.
Definitely don't take them out of the ground. They smell terrible.
It smells terrible. Terrible. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like a dead body almost.
Yeah, it just sticks on you for a while. I just wouldn't advise it. Just bad for the marriage there, buddy.
Sweet, rotten smell. You don't want that in your life.
Yeah. Hard to say. Like, I'd love to be like, what happened to what happened to the other 3 there? I thought you had 3 at 3 more at church last week or whatever. Yeah, the house fire. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it happens. That happens. Your house looks the same. And just paint. Yeah.
It was really just that one room. Yeah. So the one room we had them stacked on top of each other.
Just the one room on fire, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
The one room they all sleep in. Yeah. But 7 you've got. Yeah. That they all sleep in. Uh-huh. Okay.
This is getting darker and darker and darker. Yeah, this episode's very much a setup for the rest of the season. And I didn't hate it. I loved it. I thought it was really great for what it was. I felt like I would like it a lot more if I didn't see most of it in the trailers. But
yeah, I think the only genuine fault of this episode is that I've seen a good amount of it and know what's coming and in so much abundance that I'm just ready for it still.
Well, I thought I knew what was coming, but I did not expect him to kill the other version of himself. So I'm excited that that's not a thing I have to worry about. There's another nice Peacemaker from that universe trying to take back his life.
He says something in the doc going forward that was, again, there was a lot of stuff about hey, going forward that was way more exciting in the documentary because this episode kind of shows you a lot of pieces. And it shows you a lot of stuff about the past and the establishment without showing you a lot of stuff about the future. But there's a line in there where he says something about and I do love this. Okay, I'll be able to be the good guy there that I can't be here.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it would be a really fun emotional arc through the series that I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah, because he's going to realize that if he hasn't already, which he hasn't, because what would be the fun of that? But he will eventually realize he is more of a hero in his current universe because that version of him has all of the acclaim. He has all of the glory. But he's still a piece of shit who's just willing to kill somebody without asking him a question.
Yeah. And that part I want to unravel. I mean, obviously there's going to be enough questions here that I'm good to go as far as excitement. But I want to unravel that more. His brother, for instance, seems to treat him as though he normally would act a little bit more affectionately, maybe a little bit more open. Yeah, just kind of, you're being quiet tonight, bro, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that same open, affectionate guy just, without question, was ready to beat the shit out of an intruder that looks exactly like you, by the way. Right. You should ask so many more questions.
Well, when keep in mind, though, when he tells his brother, "I love you," before his brother goes to bed, he says, something like, "Shut the fuck up, you're drunk," and laughs at him. Yeah. So,
which I didn't in that moment gather that that's just insane, outright behavior. Just that, you're drunk tonight.
I think they hinted at, yes, it feels good that his dad is willing to say, "I love you," and show him affection, and his brother is there, and they all seem to have a good relationship. But I also think that conversation hinted at,
he's a little bit closed.
There's some toxic masculinity definitely going on there. And there's a hint that the Augie that we know is still in there because he's still not willing to call those fucking imps. And there's all these little bitty things that are just hinting at it. Plus there's the theme of fucking Harcourt having the toxic masculinity as well.
Yeah. And I think it even cuts pretty close over to that. I think the episode's made to slam those phrases together for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot more that's dropping in that scene about how there's going to be some seeds, but yeah, right now it just looks nice for him. I really, again, Cena did a wonderful job. Mm-hmm. The stupor, I enjoyed that. I really liked the way they have him playing this. Like, it doesn't look overplayed. He does. I enjoyed the drug use, is what I'm saying, I guess, in a way. He does like a few lines. He's clearly like he's an amount of blackout that I kind of believe, and then just sort of like stupors through this situation in a way that I also thought was really kind of believable. And they overplay it a lot. Mm-hmm. You just overdo the drunk thing. This was the right amount of drunk thing. Yeah.
I thought he was a good level. You know,
And
he gets
that blank coked out look too, you know?
Blank coked out look, but then the adrenaline kicks in when his life's in danger. Yeah. I felt like seeing his brother again sobered him up.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Gun to your head will do it.
Yeah, it's fucking. Well, that was his alternate self putting the gun to his head.
Yeah,
yeah. I just thought it was the episode was really good, really, really great. I loved it. That really is. I felt like I watched a big portion of it before. Dude, I loved all this shit with Vigilante talking about the owls.
That was painful.
It was weird.
That was. I actually admit, like, if there was a scene where I would have been like, hey, I might have cut that short. It might have been, but that's probably from my own comfort levels. I know the scene is designed to pull you through the discomfort that Vigilante puts his friends through. Mm-hmm. I understand that. It just also means that it's uncomfortable to watch. Where you're like, okay, I get it. Please stop having him talk.
Dude, so I had a friend.
It's cute in a way, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, years ago, back in, I don't know, 15 years ago, 2010, something like that. I had a friend who was just that kind of vigilante type character. Like, he didn't go kill a bunch of people that I know of, but he was just like that clingy, like, I'm going to call you every day guy. Mm-hmm. And I worked with him, but he would just be like, oh man, you're never going to stump me on Seinfeld. You're never going to stump me on Seinfeld. Oh man, you got to come up with like, and you know, I know I've seen Seinfeld a ton. Yeah. It's one of my favorite shows. So yeah. He was like, I've got Seinfeld seen it. And I'm like, yeah, me too. What the fuck does that mean? Well, he kept on about like, we got to play it. And we played it and I beat the fuck out of him. Like easily. Just tore him a new asshole.
Give me another one.
It's like, no, we're done.
Let's play again. Oh man.
I'm like, and it's funny because in Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, he and Michael Richards have this conversation about a chess savant in the park muttering and, you know, over his chessboard. And Michael Richards is like, all right, let me play with you. And he's like, all right, but here's the rules. You play one game. We play one game. You lose. We don't play no more. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, he's beating everybody. He doesn't have time to keep playing you. He's got important things to do, these savants. But he tells the story about this guy's like, he just like wham, bam, bam, bam. And Michael Richards has beaten fucking, you know, computers at chess. And the guy just like wipes him out and he goes, no, come on, let me play again. He's like, no. We play one time, you lose, I don't play you no more. Yeah. And that was me with the Seinfeld scene. And I'm like, you don't understand, motherfucker. I have seen this show. I grew up on this show. Yeah. I was not drinking. This was not after work for me.
I was born in the Seinfeld.
You merely adopted it.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I get that feeling that's how I related to that scene is like, and that one of the reasons I loved it is like Economist is like, dude, I don't want to do this. Fine. What kind of fucking eyes do they have? Yeah. And you're wrong. You don't know shit about owls. No, I do. No, you don't.
It's a funny conversation. Like, I do. We've all known people that are like, he's a very hyped up version of it, but we've known people that are kind of like that where he's just happy you had the conversation, you know, whatever. And it was weird. It was awkward, but like, yeah, you know, it's cute. I don't know. It's kind of endearing, like I said.
Yeah, it is. I felt like it was endearing, but also it was like that awkward, painful humor. You're just like, oh,
it's rough. It reminds me of the early days, like my first few episodes of The Office. I do feel like, I mean, there's a type of viewer that was always acclimated, that was always like, that didn't have like a period where they had to get used to watching stuff like The Office. And there were people like me who had to kind of like, I literally physically sweat the first few episodes. I had to get used to it.
UK or US?
US is the first version that I saw.
Okay.
By the time I got back for the UK, I was adapted and fully informed.
I feel like UK is still a step beyond what the US did. But it's so fucking awkward. Like the episode where
I'm
David
not even
Brent,
sure I would have survived if I'd seen the UK first.
dude, that episode where David Brent finds out he's been made redundant and they were firing him, and he's like in that costume where it looks like he's sitting on a giant bird.
Yeah.
And he's just like slumped over and just looking despondent while they're taking pictures of him in this fucking outfit.
Yeah.
And then he's like walking around the office in this outfit and he just looks like he's a little man on a bird. The whole thing was just so fucking good. It is like my favorite office thing.
You have to get used to that. Anyway, that part of me got activated again watching the scene about the owls.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely forgot about the owls a few seconds later when he was standing outside the orgy wondering what the fuck he was looking at. But
I also thought it was funny that he was Flag was like, do you see anything unusual? And he's like,
how unusual.
Like, there's a lot of people having sex.
Yeah.
But I guess not overtly unusual. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike, I don't know. Is one of my little hang-ups is like, I wanted to see the process for like gathering that amount of people for sex, for an orgy. Like, I guess people find people, but like, I'm sitting there going like, dude, I wouldn't know the first thing about, even attempting to do that. Like, I can't get people to go to, Taco Bell with me.
Right.
Like one person.
I can't get to assume that is a community kind of thing where you like have like, there's I assume that's a group text situation.
Yeah.
That you're like, hey guys, my house. And then what are you going to do? Like go out and find 50 people that all want to have sex that night, but are all also up for the orgy part of it?
Right.
It's impossible. Impossible odds.
I can't even get my wife to watch The Haunting of Hill House, for fuck's sake. Like,
exactly.
So, I don't know how you would get anybody.
I've seen marriages threatened over seasons of Netflix series. Like you can't coordinate. This is beyond 9/11 conspiracy levels of coordination. I feel like.
Yeah.
Getting 50 people to buy into. And even then, that was a scene where there was a smattering, and it did crack me up. There's a smattering of body types in there. But even with the smattering of body types, it's still not a whole ass sampling of every body type available.
Yeah.
It's still a very Hollywood spread of body types. By the way, this scene's playing in the background, and I'm just saying a couple of things. Like, I genuinely don't know enough about 80s rock. Because he's in the house at the moment. I don't know enough about 80s rock to know what all the differences are. You're right. It says pour some honey on me. Mm-hmm. I really had not seen Peacemaker's guitar before, but Jesus Christ, I want that thing.
Yeah, I feel like we know people in our real lives, who would be like, oh, you want an orgy? Give me 5 minutes and a Fresca.
I have known people that I for sure could have been like, hey, so I'm interested in that. Let's say no more.
Right. But I don't think either one of us are terribly social.
No.
And on top of that, I am not terribly sexual.
No. Yeah.
I whether it be trauma induced or otherwise, I lie somewhere on the asexual spectrum, I believe. Could not tell you how to get an orgy together, but I am still curious about the process. Like, is there an app? Is it like a Facebook group invitation? Like, what is?
I assume it's one of the things that like was hurt by like when Craigslist had to go through all those changes from the bullshit internet legislation. Like,
yeah.
I assume it's one of those things that was like, hey, this is just a bunch of people trying to coordinate here. Damn it. I don't know. Like, I assume it's a feat of coordination that I wouldn't have even the there is a panorama of things that I would not have the skill set for. And how to accomplish that living room.
I also think it's funny that like, and now thinking about it, I'm like, why is this such a hang up for me? Like, why am I like, no, I don't believe this orgy. How would you even get that together? Quantum unfolding chamber? Yeah, naturally. But the orgy.
Yeah, of course they have those, but yeah, like
99 fucking doorways to alternate realities. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the orgy thing.
That's a problem. So, a couple notes about brutality here. One little quickie, because it was just on screen too. I don't know what those little fucking meat saws were that came out of Peacemaker. We're gonna call him Bad Peacemaker. Out of his helmet, but they did not look kind. That looked painful, and I haven't been reminded of something that seemed like, and that's like the injury that was in God. There's like a shot in Underworld, and I never forget where he's pulling out those damn circle things out of his back. But
never saw those movies.
Worth it in a certain way, entirely worth it in a certain way. But it's a taste. It's one of those like if you're into it, they're worth it for what they are.
That sounds like justification talk for bad movies.
It's no, because there's the area where like you'll think it's bad if you don't care about this at all. Because like if you're into it, you're like, oh, it's a good enough story, and it did okay. And like, but it's like a lot of things. Like the first one will grab you, and like maybe the second or third's okay too. And then there's like 5 of them by the end of it. Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
It's just like a lot of other franchises. But if you didn't get on, my theory with it is if you didn't get on board initially, you're just not going to give a shit.
Yeah, no, I was there for trailers and advertisements and stuff, and I just kind of went, nah, I'm good.
I don't think it's going to have like a lot of pull you back in potential, really. And it's not subject matter even. Like Twilight is like, Twilight's the kind of thing where like it's just nothing but old classic monsters. I should love that. I have no interest whatsoever. These things happen.
Yeah, it felt like neo techno post-apocalyptic Buffy.
A little.
And I just wasn't there for that.
A little. Or like Ready Player One. I keep thinking I'm going to be interested in because the premise sounds awesome. Just stuff like that where like, I don't know, man. Sometimes just time is short.
The book was pretty okay. Ready Player One. I read that. I didn't read the second one because I kind of felt like, that I didn't need it. I was kind of out by the end of the first book. I went, that was neat, but
it's one of those audiobooks I've had queued up for like a year that I might get around to at some point.
Yeah.
But go back to the brutality part. My favorite part of Hardcore getting her ass beat was the pantsing, of course. Like I think that's the kind of bar where they talk about good fights, a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's the kind of bar where somebody's wandered in and gotten their ass beat and sat outside a few times. I don't think just doing that, like they'll talk about you, for years to come. But like, it's like one of the people that but taking his pants off because you just like had like, I loved the, like she's not trying to get his pants off. She's clawing at him to get back up to his face so she can continue to punch him. Mm-hmm. The pantsing is a complete byproduct of how angry, like she's just groping at just trying to get up to the top of him to keep fucking punching his head.
And I was rooting for her.
I loved the ferocity, man. I loved it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But even then, after a minute, I wanted to be like, I would have probably pulled her off at some point and be like, all right, okay, hold on. I think he had enough hits now. Damn.
And
I don't think he needs to die on the floor right this second. Hold on, girl.
Yeah. If you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And then again, fuck him.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand those kinds of guys.
No, it's a bar full of people that all need their ass beat. But like, we got to have some lines here. Let's not drop bodies over the comment yet. But yeah, the ferocity of her just like clawing through this man. Oh man, it really sold me. Yeah, and then was proud to hear that she did most of the stunts herself.
Yeah, that was neat. I don't know if he's going to do it next week, but they did a live watch party thing on Threads, and he just answered questions and made comments while the show was going.
I think I think he said starting on. I want to say he's planning on kind of doing that every time. It didn't look like much, to be fair.
No,
it's not like he has 50 messages here. I think it was 12. I think it was a whole thread of 12 things.
Yeah, and part of me was like, yeah, because an after show from you isn't enough. Fuck. But then,
yeah.
At the same time, like I'm seeing people like it is good marketing because I saw some people who were like, "Where can I watch it?" And he's like, "HBO Max."
Yeah.
As you know, there's still people who are like, I don't know what that is. I don't know where do I get all this stuff?
Well, all right. Here's another thing that occurred to me. Just the overall picture of TV right now. Like you do stuff like that enough, and it takes like you make streaming appointment viewing again. And that was one of the things that people were so mad about it being taken away. Like, well, you've made it appointment viewing, and now you just got to figure out a way to monetize that doesn't involve the ads that you told me I don't have to have because I paid $13 for this. So like you that's a problem. I see that. You got to solve that. But otherwise, yeah, you've got your appointment viewing back. That's cool.
Yeah. I gotta say, even just the chance to sit at home and text, the director of the writer and director of the show. I mean, that even if I wasn't doing a podcast about it that I wanted to jump on afterward and do, like that would make me want to be like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll answer a question. And
the funny part is it does work that way, because what you're going to see in those comments, and there'll be hundreds, and there are just hundreds of comments. I think it was hundreds, but there's going to be a lot of comments under that, and they're all going to be the same kind of thing. Hey, throwing questions out, or just saying, "Hey, I loved the episode. Oh, thanks for doing this." Blah blah. Yeah, there's a rote script to that kind of thing, but yeah, you're going to throw out like a dozen questions, and then he's going to snag one off the top that happened to catch his eye and answer that. Like, great, awesome. But who cares if you threw one out there and that didn't get seen? But if you do happen to catch one of the people that you're never gonna. You kidding? You're gonna talk about that for the rest of the time you tell people about the show Peacemaker, and you will continue to tell more people about this show. I guarantee you.
Like, dude, and he did like a whole watch party thing, and he answered my question.
Yeah, I'm like watching the episode, and this fucking director answered the question about the episode while I was watching it. Like, it's hype. I know it's small, but
it is. But that's what builds fans, man. That's what we've always lacked.
Yeah, we should sit on our couch more.
We should. So I think I've said this on the show before, and it's a phrase that I've seen more and more of lately. Happily. The gun don't jam.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of that lately, and I'm so pleased about it. I really want this universe to do well, and
we're only in a little bit. Man. We're only in a little bit, but to give it a prognosis, we've seen 3 different products now, right? We got a Commandos. The Suicide Squad still counts, and we've seen Peacemaker season 1. But just since our proper line in the sand, we got a Creature Commandos, we got a Superman, we got this episode. They all feel like James Gunn, so I don't feel like he's stretching himself in some way that's unsustainable. But they all do feel a little bit different in a way that I don't feel like he's necessarily going to burn himself out. Like all stuff that hopefully feels different enough to be able to play with. If there's any worry, it is the burnout part, because every one of these 3 has been written and directed by James Gunn up front. But from some of the stuff we've talked about on, a bunch of news stuff, it's like he's talked about, well, specifically, Jennifer Holland a couple times, but like, dude, you've got to take more vacation days. Like, there are plans to shift those into other people's show running and directing.
It's already in play. Like Creature Commandos is being made currently, and it is overseen by James Gunn, but not written by or directed by James Gunn.
Yeah.
Lanterns, overseen by, not written or directed by.
Yeah.
Fucking Clayface, same deal. Supergirl, same deal. Like he is writing stuff. He is working on the next Superman. He just
Supergirl. He said he saw the dailies. He has not seen the final cut.
Like,
was the update the other day?
Now
that'll be an interesting transition, though.
Yeah.
Did he pick the right people for that stage? Does it keep telling the story in a way that is hidden? That'll be an interesting time.
Yeah. But he's also said, like, look, we're doing the best we can as far as like making sure the script is great and making sure there's a reason for it to be in existence. Thing about filmmaking is whether it's from Gunn or Steven Spielberg or Zack Snyder or anybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes all of the moving pieces don't come together the way you hoped.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a guy I used to watch movies with Mikey, and he would talk about how making a good movie is like, or making a movie in general, it's just not even a good movie, is like hitting a target from outer space.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, there's so many things that could go wrong. And he reiterates that a whole lot in his Scream review, because he's just like pointing out like all the different things that were fucked up about Scream that should not have been the success that it was. It should not have had legs like it did. That fucking movie stayed in theaters like 7 or 8 months or some shit, because it just hit on every level in a way that no one expected it to.
Well, it was a summer movie at the time, I want to say, and like, everything hit at the right time. Yeah.
So, I am not overly shocked when, a Black Adam comes out, or, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, or whatever it is. Like, when you're just like, yeah, I mean, neither of those movies were terrible, despite what the internet will say. Everything's garbage. Everything's absolute trash. No, fuck you. They were okay.
They're not great, but they're workable films. Shazam 2 by itself was not even really that bad. They're both meandering a little bit, and Black Adam's editing's all kinds of weird. But like, they're not terrible.
We know. We know why certain problems existed in both of those films.
Right. Yeah.
Too many reshoots, and The Rock fucking up and being like, I don't want anything to do with that silly shit. And okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to do something else for Shazam 2.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot there, and we've talked about that a lot on the show. But there is a lot that can go wrong there, and I'm hoping that he can kind of put a bit of a wet blanket on the fires that might arise in the building of a universe. So far, so good.
Well, something I realized as you were kind of describing it is a very comforting part of how he's described it is like he's said some stuff about what's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like he clearly is learning. Like it might be exciting if at this stage we were talking about how there were going to be 100 movies, a year, but like that would sound fun at the moment, but it wouldn't be the right call. I don't know. In a reality where we really were being told that we're going to be like, let's just take the slate you just said about all the movies and TV, that like the planned slate, that sounds reasonable. Mm-hmm. Just double it. If you just, in a reality where that was what we were being told, we'd probably tell ourselves that sounded fine. And like, oh, this is exciting. But somewhere deep in our souls, we would know that really fucking sounds ambitious. Mm-hmm. That's another part where like, yeah, you're telling us you're not going to do that. Good call.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's got the next chapter of the Superman saga that he just finished writing the teleplay for, or the treatment for, I should say. That's pre-script. He says it's going into production sooner than you think. Cool. The other day, though, I saw him talking about the DCU opening, just like the little animation with Superman, like popping his chest and breaking the chains, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how, like, yeah, they met with somebody and he wanted like a cool logo or whatever, and they're like, kind of gave him a mock-up or whatever and said, oh, this will cost $2 million. And he just started laughing. He's like, I'm not paying $2 million for that. Mm-hmm. We're not doing that. Plus, like, the Marvel thing, like, it gets in the way of the actual movie, and sometimes it works out well, and then you got to, like, change your opening to fit the stupid open. Nah, we're not doing that shit.
Yeah.
And both of those reasons, one, he's protecting the artistic integrity for the filmmaker, for those involved, and how they want to open their fucking movie.
Yeah.
Two, he's $2 million. Do you realize $2 million is like nothing for these fuckers, for these big studios? But
yeah, you can spend that on one suit.
But James Gunn is going, we're not spending that on an opening. Yeah, that would be in front of every one of our films. No.
I think he even goes further with that joke and says like, we're not spending $2 million on that. I need to make a flying dog. Like,
yes, he did. But I love that that's where his
decision there, sir.
I do love that's where his head is at. Where it's like, okay, first of all, we need to respect the integrity of the filmmakers and not have a thing that just it gets in the way too much of what they're trying to do. Also, that's just a ridiculous amount of money for like a little logo at the beginning.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm down. I saw someone made some little logos that are like the Superman one, but with the characters that are in the episode or in the whatever the project is. Mm-hmm. I gotta say, I really loved it. I kind of wish they were doing it. I want to see a little animated Peacemaker.
I get it, and
if I see it again, I'll send it to you.
It could be fun to throw around. So it's the kind of thing where what he's done is so plain that I think if one of the people he hands this off to does want to fuck with the logo, I don't think he'll care.
Maybe.
Or I mean, and it's also his is so short. It's what, like 6 seconds or some shit? Whatever. You can just throw his in before and then do your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of these are exactly that. Like, they are exactly the same format. It's just like, it's like Peacemaker walking towards you and raising a hand or something. And I think one of them was fucking Green Lantern or something doing something.
Yeah.
They're neat. Exactly same style. At the same time, it'd be neat if you get, 20, 30, 40 movies in, whatever it is. Superman's not even in the movies anymore.
Yeah.
And you're still opening with that Superman. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do in 15, 20 years.
I don't know. I mean,
curious.
If we went 15 years, yeah, you can kill him off, have him retire the character, and then just open one of the movies in like a couple movies from now with that logo out of nowhere, and he surprises you. We can have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15 fucking years from now, though. There's a lot of setup, but there's a good amount of setup here. Hey, by the way, cameos wise.
Michael Ian Black.
Oh, him too.
He mentioned something about inmates escaping from Arkham. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. And that was raising. So incidences that were raising. I realized also Michael Rooker's in the opening dance number. And he is in there in the back.
Okay.
I didn't even see that one until the second time. But yeah, the other cameo was, just like the interview over at the, what is it, Debauch Toy Factory or Debauch Toy Store? I don't even know it looks like. I've never seen a strip mall that looked more like a strip club at the same time. Those phrases aren't supposed to actually mean the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you see this building and you think that looks like a strip club and a strip mall.
Yeah. It felt like when they were first pulling in, it felt like, I know that place. It's in Centerpoint.
Yes. Like I have met in parking lots. Very similar to that.
I have desperately tried to get through parking lots unscathed. Very similar to that.
Yeah.
It's like, don't mind me, fellas. I'm just trying to get to this wings shop over here.
Yeah.
Wingstop. Whatever one it is this week.
And like something that cracks me up about like every time they do an establishing shot or it's not even establishing shots because they really do use the front yard at Peacemaker's house here.
Mm-hmm.
But every time we see his front yard and his neighborhood, I'm like, God, that looks like a house I've done repairs on.
Yeah.
Like I've taken sheetrock out of that yard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did feel familiar.
Seems livable.
Also, there was like another point where like Adebayo is sitting in the car, and I felt like if they panned just over a little bit, I'd see like the Saul Goodman.
Yeah. Yeah. Blinking
like,
in and out, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Saws.
Yeah. I realized once we got in there though, we got half a line from Sean Gunn in Superman, right? But
yeah,
some time with him here, and that's going to be great.
Yeah. He seems like a total dick.
Yeah. Well, mostly. He's the only one that showed any remorse at the end when he realized he was being...
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. He was... I did... When this was airing in the second time, I had to go back and look. So this has been airing in the background as we've been talking, of course. And
sure.
It got to that scene a few minutes ago where it was just them discussing things. It was great. And it got to the end where he talks about the camel toe. I actually had to go back, clicked back real quick and looked as he walks in. And yes, the character leaving that scene, the bunny lady, prominently has some camel toe. Like that's worked in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, their discussion even funnier. But like, yeah, he's the only one that actually seems to give a shit at the end that he's hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, that bunny lady was somebody that I've seen kind of recently, and I can't remember her name. I feel like White Rabbit. That's her name.
The
White Rabbit.
Character?
Yes.
Who is that? Because I knew that's got to be a real pool somehow.
And now comes the part.
Yeah.
Where we're doing Comic Castaways. Normally a feature on our Patreon. Jaina Hudson's father was an American diplomat assigned to India, where he met and married her eventual mother, a Bollywood actress. Jaina was raised in Gotham at private schools since she was 9. She met Bruce Wayne at a charity function to raise funds for relief in Pakistan. The two later began dating, and the mysterious White Rabbit, Jaina's pathological duplicate form, made her first appearance during a prisoner breakout from Arkham Asylum. She is a sexy new villainess for Batman in the New 52 reboot series, Batman the Dark Knight.
She like one of the people that escaped and accidentally ended up at this interview?
Yeah, I guess. The character's first appearance as both Jaina and as White Rabbit was issue number 1. The two were later revealed to be the same character in issue number 7. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's her.
I'm not seeing the part where I was waiting for the turn where it justified her being at this interview for superheroes, but I guess maybe not happening.
Well, she's got agility, duplication, she's an escape artist, and she has stamina, which I guess works for Bruce.
I guess. Hey, but like as you were telling the back part of the story, it was like, even the background of that is just like, okay. But that's a hell of a story for her to be telling while trying to tune out the fact that they're just talking about her camel toe the entire conversation.
Right. I mean, she's like,
gotta be rough.
She's kind of, I guess she's kind of like multiple man in a way. Like she's got like
the duplicate part. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know if she can do more than one though.
Yeah. People get real, there's a lot of ways to do the replication powers that are interesting.
I mean, it looks like it might just be like a alternate personality thing where she like becomes White Rabbit and stays herself. So like there's Jaina and then there's White Rabbit.
Genuinely, the way she left that interview, I do kind of hope that was an astral projection that got turned down that hard. And maybe she can go back and not tell her corporeal form about the details of that interview.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just go back and say it went badly. Don't ask questions. Cool.
I think it'd be fun to see her again.
Oh, probably, yeah.
She was played by singer Bray Noel.
It's played by a real person? Or a known person?
A known singer, yes.
Okay. Now, well, I would say, is it just like some singer in a rock band just because James Gunn knows him? And
maybe.
That's a maybe. Let's never put that past James Gunn. Although, we are at a stage where if I just sort of had him cornered for a few minutes, one of the questions I think I might ask James Gunn was like, just tell me, just curious, how much of your directing career is at this point actively just you trying to sneak in as many bands as you can to shit?
Maybe, but she's also an actress. She's been in See You Again, The Woman with My Face, Secrets Between Sisters, Replicator.
Yeah.
Been in a ton of stuff.
It makes more sense that he would just cast an actor to do an actor job, for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely is deeply enjoying the part of his job where he just gets to be like, and you're going to listen to this band now.
Yeah.
And like, good for you. I'd do the same. I get it.
It's fun.
I get it. Like in high school, we were running the theater at some point because the program almost got shuttered, and we just kind of had to just keep it going. We kept it going just by continuing to do stuff instead of not doing it. So like, but we were the only ones who knew how to operate any of the equipment at some point. So they just have us run shows, and that also meant that they would just have to give us leeway. But anyway, so like it was just between a couple shows and intermission, and like, me and my buddy like got to pick the music that was being played, and we picked something without curse words, but we deeply enjoyed just being able to pick whatever the fuck we wanted and throw it on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was wonderful.
I mean, just writing my little newsletter, I threw in a reference to Studio 60.
Yeah.
And also like a little plug for it, like find this show and watch it.
Promise I'll do you a favor.
Yeah, I was like, and yes, you should absolutely watch Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip if you haven't seen it. Also, if you have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know if I were in James Gunn's shoes, I would absolutely be throwing in just lots of little things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like little plugs for things. What other cameos? Because that's what we were talking about is cameos. What else you got that you noticed?
Just that scene, I suppose. Because I guess it really is just those three, and then the rest of these are just characters. But I mean, just the characters from the other part of the universe, I guess, is like that little interview part. Mm-hmm. Come to think of it, though, Green Lantern and Hawkgirl really don't do a ton. They just sort of laugh at how bad the interview's going.
Yeah.
And then delight in Maxwell's failure.
Yeah.
But it does get you a really great shot at the ring. And Another really great shot at the ring and his gold tooth, which I want to believe is there after Batman punched him, but we'll see if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Don't know yet. That's this. Like, hopefully that's they're waiting on putting that on screen. I feel like Gunn will eventually have that on screen.
I think it has to be. I mean, I say has to be. It's one of those things where like you don't have to show the pearls necessarily because we all know that scene kind of thing. Cool, but
yeah,
no one knows about that. That's an inside thing. So like, yeah, you can definitely show that on screen. Everyone will love it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have to actually cast a Batman for this to happen, though. So
yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna be a minute.
Or maybe I won't.
Be a minute before Guy Gardner loses that tooth if it happened that way. Although maybe you swap up the story a little bit, and like that's why he got so mad in Superman when he was like, "Make a move, Big Blues," because like at some point Superman just accidentally hit him in the face and knocked his tooth out.
Mm-hmm.
He's been kind of like feel a little bit small ever since that minute.
That'd be fun.
Would fit Guy Gardner though.
I wonder if someone has asked Gunn how he lost that tooth. Or
There are two questions in that area. That is one of them, and the other one was, I really want to know how you got the nanobots in Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how Mr. Terrific did that. If it was just that he said, hey, if you're going to work with us, then I think you should have these. I think there's a chance that this version of Superman would just be like, cool, that actually makes sense, and go with it. But so that would be an explanation, perfectly valid, but not as exciting as I could hope for.
Sure.
I would like it to be a little more it sounded a little more sinister when they did it in the film, and I'd like to think that he sneaks that into Superman somehow. But how?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. Do you just put it in like a burrito or something Clark was eating? I don't know.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of foods I'm sure he'd love to have, but like, maybe it is that simple. Maybe it's just that his nanobots are that clever. All I got to do is get him inside him, and they'll figure it out. But like,
yeah, I mean, it's nano.
Yeah.
You know, you can just like program it; it just flies in. Superman wouldn't even see it.
Yeah, but then you're going to end up with weird discussions where it's like, yeah, but he's that strong on even a cellular level, so you wouldn't be able to just manipulate his cells. Like, oh, Jesus Christ! Like,
yeah,
that'll get in the weeds real quick.
It gets in the weeds real quick. Yeah. I saw someone else bringing up that like, oh, Superman and Lois can never have a baby because I'm like, Jesus Christ! Better men than you have brought this up and made a better scene with it and moved on with their day.
Yeah. There's a couple of, like, in my opinion of that particular question, there's a couple of really funny takes on it. And then the rest of them, while they may be valid, are entirely boring and not worth my time.
Yeah. I saw somebody responding with like, well, his Kryptonian father taught him how to control his emissions. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
We didn't need to do all that.
We really didn't.
I don't know. Never. I don't like the sentence control emissions and father being in the same. Those shouldn't be. No, stop.
Oh. I think it's time we noped out on this one.
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed our review of Peacemaker 201, The Ties That Grind. I think that was what it was called. I haven't looked back at it.
It is The Ties
That Grind. Yes. The Ties That Grind. I did a pretty good job remembering that then.
Mm-hmm. And Eagly got a little dance step. That was the other bit.
Oh, yeah, and James Gunn did the mocap for it.
Yeah, that was a cool reveal.
I was pleased with it. I liked the opening intro this time.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it last time.
Yeah, on both occasions.
But
I don't think anything will ever hit like the first one, just because the surprise factor. You can't have that again.
Right. I don't know. They could do a thing like season 3, where it like totally looks like it's gonna be like a dance sequence, and then it's just like a 10-second soft shoe and that's it.
Yeah,
that could be fun. But you know, I know people are gonna wince and draw back a little bit when I say the name. I enjoyed every opening of the Cosby Show, and everyone was a different dance.
I don't remember that factor at all.
Like every season was just like new jazzed up version of it, slightly different version of it, and of the song, and then like them dancing. I think the first season was just like, I don't know, fucking collage of them playing baseball or some stupid shit. But then after that, it's just like different versions of the family dancing as they're being introduced. It's very, very Peacemaker in a lot of ways.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was, that's how you know what season you're in. If you look at the reruns, you're like flipping around, Cosby Show comes in, like, oh, that one.
I did watch that one in my night rotation, but I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. I think, what was the show that did there was a whole bit about how every season they couldn't find a good opening for it. Was it Everybody Loves Raymond? God, I can't remember now.
I don't know. All I remember about that one is the thumbnail of him like sitting in a lawn chair. I thought that was the actual opening though. I never watched it. Everybody Loves Raymond.
It might have been. I feel like Drew Carey did a different opening almost every season.
He, I think, did. He mixed it up pretty well.
Yeah. And I would know that, except for a long time it wasn't, like the entirety of my growing up, it really wasn't in syndication anywhere. Like it just kind of disappeared until very recently. And I was like, oh God, all of Drew Carey show. It's on streaming now. Y'all.
That one's probably worth it.
Might be. A lot of Krista Miller in that show.
God, she's good.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Diedrich Bader.
Also good. There's not really any failures on that cast. That was a flawless cast.
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, patreon.com/DC on screen. Like I said before, if you want to come hang out with us and rattle about whatever, and we've got chats and cool community at the very least. And I don't know. We'll get back to news as it's deemed appropriate. But for the run of this, I think we're absolutely planning on doing every episode of Peacemaker as it comes out.
Yeah.
So, come on back, y'all. You can check us out as well as the official one with the fucking guy, whatever.
Oh, Gun. Yeah.
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 Rah, gun don't jam. Okay. But now he's in our space. Fuck.
Yeah. The JG that matters.
But no, yeah. I don't know. Until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.